All right, everybody, welcome back. We are hopping almost directly into this game. Players are finishing up their mulligans right now. We are once again seeing Spencer Denyon, who's been in the future match area. I think this is his third time, and against Chris Choi. So we've got Rakdos, and I believe this is 4-color?
Yep. 4 ephemerates. Let's see if they. I think this one.
This one's got the Risen Reefs, right?
Yes, 4 Risen Reefs. So this is the elemental.
This is the elemental version. Yeah.
Version.
Nice. Specifically, this version I think is playing Unsettled Mariner is
Yes.
like
2 of them.
what is really good in this matchup. Though we did watch Spencer in round 1 just rip apart his opponent, who was on 4-color at the time.
Right. And I think this one we have. I think Spencer 5-1, or one of them is 5-1, and the other is 4-2.
So Spencer's 5-1. Chris Choi is the 4-2. So the rest of the top 8 I think has been decided. The winner-ish,
Basically.
the top other 6 slots will probably go to Crystal Feltz, Quentin Pierce, Paul Berman, Drew Walden, Skylar Stewart, and Braden Derfler. These two, if Spencer wins, is guaranteed into the top 8. If Chris wins, Chris is not actually guaranteed to get into the top 8. There are a bunch of X and 2s currently that have the potential to get in. So for drama's sake, it'd be really cool to see Chris win. However, for narrative's sake, I think it'd be really sweet for Spencer to come in.
to win and
to just
and get there.
Yeah, since we've seen him all day long. So looks like we are heading into it. Fetch Shock here for Spencer. And his opponent is searching, I think, their library. Shock, Thoughtseas, Ragavan. What do we got going here?
Yeah, I'm not sure what the opponent's doing with their library.
What is happening here? Okay, they were searching.
They were searching for their.
Okay, Spencer leads on Thoughtseas, bringing him down to 15.
You see, Renin 6, Abundant Growth, Omnath,
Bolt,
Bolts, and
Steam Vents, and I think that's a Plains.
No, that is the Godzilla Island.
What in the world? There's so many. Me and Spencer talked about this a little bit in the last round. Not this Spencer, obviously. Spencer Howland. And
yes.
We were just like, there are so many arts for some of these. And I work in a game store, and so I see like all the prominent arts. I kind of see them all the time. I could have never told you what the hell that was.
Right. Okay, so what did he pick? I think he took the Ren.
Yeah. Yes, looks like the Ren 6. Makes sense to me. I assume we'll probably just see this followed up by Abundant Growth and a pass.
Oh no!
Thoughtseas bug! Oh my gosh!
Jinx!
Oh,
pick up the Hallowed Fountain. That's disgusting.
Oh god, no. I've had this happen too many times on Moto for me to ever feel good watching it.
Got a Croxa. All right.
I mean, that's Spencer's probably best way to get back into this matchup. Do we have we have 4 endurances in Chris's deck, I think?
Yes, 4 endurance. Oh, that shuffles the graveyard, right?
Yeah, so that Croxa is going to feel a lot worse. Flooded Strand back into the yard. Or back into hand.
Discard the Flooded Strand with 2 Croxa.
Yeah, and then pick it back up.
Back up with Ren.
Taking the damage down to 13. On a Fetch Shock, I think. Maybe not Shock.
These Yorian decks are so hard to shuffle.
Seriously, I mean, it's like shuffling a commander deck.
Yeah.
And I feel like most people don't double sleeve their commander decks, so it's probably about the same size.
You see, I haven't played too much Paper Commander in a minute, but
that's fair.
Yeah,
I don't
feels like it.
Let's see what happens here. There's the Abundant Growth. So we didn't put the Skull or the Sacred Foundry into play untapped. It looks like.
Right,
Looks
so
like we did
tap
it.
Bring up Steam Vents.
My guess is Spencer's best way back into this game is going to be a kicked Turok. Pro White, which is all of Chris's removal, I think.
There's 4 lightning bolts.
Bolts and Furies. So no. Flamekin Harbinger in this is too. We should have taken a little deeper look, I think. Fulminator Mage.
Another Thoughtseize here.
So it looks like a bunch of lands have been drawn. Because it was Bolt, a bunch of lands, and Omnath.
Yep.
That's not what you want to see if you're Ren and 6ing every turn.
Oh, just drawing lands, because you're already drawing lands with your Ren, essentially.
That's a little rough, I would say, at least on this end. Ah, there we go. King of Limbs was from Coulter earlier. All right. Are we moto bugging again? Oh no, we're buying.
Buying Yorian.
I was about to just lose my mind, but Spencer's apparently been missing land drops for the last couple of turns.
Yeah.
Draws Den. Oh, that's Croak's number
Another
2.
Croak's,
I assume this gets just a land, and he accepts the damage. He is down to 8. Definitely within lightning bolt range.
Let's play find the 8
I,
ball.
I think they're
Right? 11 to
discussing.
8.
Yeah. Where did he gain life? I mean, I'm going to assume the players know what they're doing. Oh, I think Spencer assumed the Sacred Foundry came into play untapped before.
Okay.
Because he did move the life total there.
I see. That's probably where
and that's why I thought it came into play
saw
untapped.
that.
So.
Okay, 9 is still not,
I mean,
the safest.
Yeah, against a deck that we know is playing Lightning Bolt. I mean, there are only 3 Lightning Bolts, so I would have a hard time imagining he kills them that way. But Den is also an attacker.
Yes.
It does deal 4 damage. I think that's an Inquisition in Spencer's hand.
I see I saw a Fatal Push there as well.
Okay. This Ren, though, about to ultimate. Then we could just see
Prismatic Vista.
Chris just oh. So casts Endurance, makes Spencer shuffle it onto the bottom of his library. If this Ren survives, I think he can immediately kill Spencer by discarding a bunch of lands and casting Lightning Bolt 5 times.
Oh, that's sweet.
No, sorry, that one on the far right's a Cavern.
Oh, Cavern of Souls, okay.
3 times. Oh, and one of those is a Temple Garden,
Yeah.
so 3 times.
Yeah,
so can't immediately kill him, but
because the Abundant Growth is on the Sacred Foundry.
yes. Oh, that's good though. The Voidwalker stops that from happening. Yeah, because that is exiled.
And push the Endurance.
The Endurance.
Okay.
So, that's interesting. So now they don't think the Ren has anything to target in the yard for the retraceability. That's kind of unlucky. He's just going to uptick. Pass the turn. Hive. So now we've got some manland attackers. A little unlucky that's not untapped, because then he could have gotten in with a Den, I think.
No, Den is
it
4. Yep.
Okay.
Both of them are 4.
A little rough. Good way to stop a Ren emblem from being super drastic is getting them to discard all their lands. More Godzilla lands, looks like. And a discarded Seasoned Pyromancer. I'm curious what Spencer has in hand that he thinks is more valuable than that, though.
Maybe the Turok?
Ooh, Turok would be fantastic here. Turok and then Lily.
4? Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Does not plus to 5, even though maybe she'd be more playable. Is this casting? Is this casting endurance? On the end step. Okay, so we can pressure the Liliana. Looks like we're ulting the Ren.
Did not have that token, so hopefully.
I think, yeah, there it is.
He's got it.
Got the Ren token. Attacks the Liliana to 1. Reef. Pretty good here. Though I will say I don't know. I think I might have put the
land in the hand.
Yeah, just to retrace.
To get a retrace.
I mean, I don't think Chris has any good spells in the yard though. So without any great lands, this looks like Turok. Yep, yeah. Kicked Turok. Discard 2, I assume. And then gets to make them discard again with the Lily. Oh no, there's
I
only
think he
2
only
cards.
has 2 cards in hand. Yeah.
Interesting. So
Now is he gonna plus his Lily
it
and
doesn't.
discard the card in hand?
I don't know if I would. Because it doesn't count your own discards. It's just opponent discards.
Hmm?
It doesn't count your own discards when you card a card for Turok. It's only opponents.
Right. Yeah. I'm trying. If he values the card in his hand more than the extra
Oh,
loyalty on
okay.
Liliana.
I got you. Probably. I mean, at this point, the reason to plus the Liliana would be to keep it around, to survive through a Riven Reef or a Ren tick down.
Right.
But you can't beat both. So looks like some elemental.
Cycle.
Oh, Cycle of Rogren Triome. Interesting. I will say it is kind of rough for Chris to try and beat. We should buy back the Triome, right? Cycle
Yeah.
again. Yeah, I can't imagine you do anything
Draw
else
the card.
here. Buys back just a land. We're just playing.
A basic.
That feels wrong to me.
Attack Lily.
Yeah, I think that's correct. Maybe. I mean, I guess it depends on what's in his hand. I mean, if it's like another Lily. And if whether or not Chris plays whatever the card is. Very curious here.
Land to fire a Hive would be good. Oh, dashing a
Dashed
Ragavan.
So this probably gets the Ren here. Would be my assumption that both of these are hitting Ren. Crack.
Ooh, fetching.
1, 2, 3, 4. So this could be Solitude.
Mm-hmm.
Solitude the Ragavan. That does not seem good. Because you Solitude the Ragavan but can't block the Turok, so then you chump with Risen Reef. But you do get a draw card, which is pretty good. Or put a land into play. Very curious.
So trying to figure out basic or maybe Witchstalk to grab here.
I imagine you get a basic here. I have a really hard time wanting to put myself to 6 against a deck that plays Lightning Bolt.
He's got Forest Island.
We did see
I don't know if
the Forest
planes.
discarded. That glare is so bad on that one side.
I think with all the premium cards, right? It's extra
Well,
foils
yeah.
are not the best for Gamagari.
Yeah.
They failed to find.
That, yeah, looked like a fail to find. No blocks. He did attack him. Why did his life total not go down? Did it? Did I miss something? Shouldn't he be at 1?
Okay, there's the planes. Right, yeah, everything's still around and Ren was there, so he had to have attacked Chris.
Plays the land for turn. Interestingly, plays it tapped.
Planning on dashing Ragavan again? Well, not really, into the 3/4 on defense.
Okay, is it 1?
There we go.
I think I would have... If you fire up
Den of the Bugbear.
Den here, you just win, right? It creates 3 attackers. There's only 2 blockers. Assuming there's not a Solitude.
Assuming there's not a Solitude, yeah.
Or another Endurance, I guess. Which the fetch indicated to me that he was looking
for something.
Yeah. And
that's probably what Chris is what Spencer's parsing right now.
Yeah, he also does have a treasure token, so he actually didn't need to shock it in to activate one of the lands.
Yeah. So that option is still there for...
just plays Ragavan. Does not dash it. Passes the turn.
There's the subtlety. Or the Solitude.
Yep. Yeah, Solitude's the Ragavan. Trigger. I think I actually probably would have Solituded one of my own creatures.
Interesting.
To get... Oh, I guess he gets to attack here. No. The Turok has pro
Yep,
white.
pro white, so he can block the subtlety.
Yeah.
Or solitude.
Looks like a follow from Paul Berman, I would
Thank
assume.
you, Mr. Berman21, for the follow.
I hope you're enjoying the air-conditioned back area as we get to sit in our wonderful, wonderful heated room, full of magic cards.
Okay. I think that's a windswept heath.
Yeah, the Zendikar expedition windswept
Yeah.
heath, I think.
Yep,
So a way to discard is huge here, because it would force a 2-for-1. That is not a way to discard.
Land.
Cycle Rogren. I just am.
Spencer just needs to find the bolt.
Bolt, like, or any, like, is there anything? I mean, so Ken's it? Nope, because he can block with the
Solitude.
block with Solitude. Solitude pitch. Wait, what?
Is that Solitude Exile My Own Solitude?
Yes, Solitude exile my own Solitude. Go to 4 or 3. Now I'm confused as to what Solitude does. Yeah, pretty sure that was Solitude my own Solitude. Which, I feel like maybe Solitude your own Risen Reef or Endurance might have been better.
Oh. What is that? That's an elemental.
Flamekin Harbinger.
Harbinger,
Lets him
yeah.
tutor and put something onto the top.
Omnath. Ooh.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Yeah, so I think if it was Solitude, exile my Solitude, he should be at 4 life. Plays Harbinger. Why did stack the triggers so that Risen Reef puts it into your hand.
Oh, nice.
Omnath, draw a card, and then Risen Reef trigger. So if he has a land, he gets to go.
Double reef triggers.
Yup.
That
Land puts him to
into
8.
play.
I do think the game is now out of Spencer's reach.
Yeah, he kind of had to have that
Last turn, yeah. Bolt the Turok.
Yeah.
Pick up
I
the
think
cards.
he's gonna scoop
Yeah.
up his cards. Yeah.
I think I would at that point too. That's a rough spot to be in.
And Chris just clawing his way back.
Yeah, for real. We'll switch back over to talk about our sideboards that we've got here today. We talked a little bit in the last match. Spencer, we've already talked about his sideboard a little bit, so let's just dive into Chris's. What are we seeing?
So we see some Blossoming Calms, Seiju, couple Chalices, Damping Sphere, Engineered Explosives, Flutterstorm, Mystical Dispute, Extra Subtlety, or a Subtlety, and the Yorion.
The Yorion. Okay. What are we thinking we're going to see here? So the Blossoming Calm is really good against discard, but I don't think it's...
You get hexproof.
I don't think it's worth bringing in. Beseiju, we didn't really see any artifacts out of Spencer's deck.
Or enchantments that matter.
Yeah, so we're not seeing any of that. Chalice is good. There are a lot of 1-drops in Spencer's deck, but he does have main deck ways to destroy it, but we didn't see the K command.
Mm-hmm. I don't think Damping... This isn't the matchup for Damping Sphere.
Not the one for Engineered Explosives either. Neither Flusterstorm, not Subtlety, or Dispute. Subtlety is good against Turok specifically. And kind of Liliana, but I think really he just wants to go up on value, which I don't think any of his sideboard cards do. I think the deck...
Right, the deck is... That's what the value is in the main deck.
The value is in the main deck. I think that's a good way to put it. Mm-hmm. On Spencer's side, I would not be surprised to see the Ashioks come in, as well as, again, the K command and Turok. Just like the last time I was in here, I didn't get to see his second match on camera.
Maybe the Void Mirrors, right?
Maybe. It really depends on how aggressive we think he wants to be against the elementals. Mm-hmm. The Void Mirrors are good, but they don't win you the game. And they do not stop the ETB triggers with the Risen Reef, which is what is really important here in this matchup, is you need to be killing the Risen Reef as aggressively as possible, which may be a reason to bring the Collector Brutalities in, but I think that would be a little a little too much. The deck is already full. Main deck is already full of removal. So my guess is that we see the Turok come in, we see the K command come in,
And the Ashiok.
and the Ashioks to prevent searching.
Right.
Because we did see, I mean, we've got fetch lands and
Harbinger's Search. So.
And we also have Eladamri's Call, right? Or is there only
Yes,
there only
there's one
though?
Eladamri's Call.
That is, these deck lists have fluctuated so hard on that card. But I think if you're playing Flamekin, you could probably get away with it. Because how many Flamekins are there? Are they on?
3. So that kind of, it's like
Yeah.
you have your 4 search effects.
Yeah, so maybe not then. I feel like it is so good against Ren, though. Like, you make it so they can't sack those lands. It might be worth bringing in. Again, I am primarily a combo player, so I have no idea what value matchups look like.
Back to them.
Yes, I thought that's what I clicked.
They are
There we go. We're getting back into the match.
perfect.
And there we go. Spencer and Chris shoveling up. You can see Spencer's unaccustomedness of the 80 card Yorion
Yeah,
deck.
right. Here,
Just
let me take my
Both
hands.
hands.
For some reason, that made me think of like Talladega Nights, Ricky Bobby. Like, I don't know what to do with my hands during the interview.
Oh my gosh. Well, we'll have to ask the winner about how they feel about shuffling 80 card Yorion decks.
Deck. Tons of foils. All right, so both happy with their 7s. That's good. Bragavan not dashed on 1.
I mean, that's probably where Spencer wants to be, right?
Yeah, just get aggressive.
Yeah.
Right? Get underneath the elementals. The games that we've seen him win have been like the thought season to threat.
Yeah, I would like to see maybe not a threat here. 3 mana spell here though. If he, I mean, I guess do we have boo.
Yeah, boo.
Boo. All right, Inquisition though. Sometimes you're supposed to lead with the hand disruption because of that though. So we've got
LT Endurance, 3 lands, and then I
this
think it's a Harbinger.
Yeah, and the lands are Misty, Flooded, and Windswept.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
no, Endurance is 3, right?
Yeah,
it's 1 GG.
Yeah. 1 GG, indeed. It's a pretty good hand there for Chris, I feel like, if he can get the game to go longer.
Right.
Looks like we did take, I want to say the Flamekin?
I don't know, it's shiny.
The Endurances, I think, weren't shiny.
Oh, I think this entire deck is shiny.
I mean, you're probably right. I do like the full art Endurance, though.
They're sweet.
Spencer untaps.
Another IOK,
Yeah.
Okay.
Only 1 black mana to cast it, though. Not what he wants to see in this matchup if he's after casting Turoks.
Season Pyromancer, discarding Inquisition and Terminate.
Make
So if he took the Endurance, I could see maybe Terminate losing a little bit of value.
Yeah, especially.
Season Pyromancer is so good.
Yeah, I mean, refilling on cards that might actually do a little more in this scenario. I think even if he took the Flamekin, getting rid of the Terminate, so either that or he has another one, because being aware of Omnath, I think is the way that he loses this game a lot of times. I mean, it's kind of what we saw. Omnath comes in, the opponent draws 3 or 4 cards, and yeah, that
Omnath is so good.
If you had told me in like 2019 when Phoenix and Hogak and Dredge were like the best decks, that we would get into a format where a 4 mana 4/4 was one of the best things to be doing, I would not have believed you.
Well, it's just so there's so much text on that card.
Right?
It's not just a 4 mana 4/4.
Aiden, we are not in the top 8. This is a win and in for Spencer and potentially Chris into the top 8. The rest of the top 8 should have drawn in, and then there will be 1 X2 that makes it in. So even if Spencer loses, he actually has the potential to make the top 8.
Just as being on the best breakers.
Yes. Which I would not be surprised by. Taking a look. Yeah, Spencer's breakers are very good. He's at 59%. Chris is at 63. And then Riker and Nephi being right behind at 60 and 59. And then after that, we kind of gets more muddy. So I'd imagine that our only real competitors are going to be Chris, Nephi, Adam, and Dom potentially on Titan.
Abundant growth. Yeah, I was like, are you putting it on the Trilo?
Yeah, that doesn't seem right. There we go.
Draw a card.
Harbinger. So he did take the endurance, I'd imagine, then.
Yeah.
Which makes sense given his deck.
Wanting the graveyard.
Yeah, the graveyard.
Omnath going on top. Land number 4.
What do we have?
Oh, Dash Ragavan.
Dash Ragavan. Bolt the Harbinger.
Oh, when he gets to exile the Omnath that he just put on top.
Oh,
that's sweet. He's so excited. He's like, I want to attack.
So I assume that if the Solitude, if he has a white card, he's going to Solitude the. Yeah, he's got to Solitude the Ragavan. Cannot
Pitching
let that
fairy
get through. I do not blame Spencer for that excitement.
Yeah,
though.
right. Let's go.
Like, let me in. I want to take the Omnath. So sadly, does not get to take the Omnath. We know that there's the Cavern.
Yeah.
Omnath comes into play.
Omnath.
Oh, kind of heartbreaking.
Draw a card, right? And he discarded his Terminate earlier.
I mean, this deck is so chock with removal. I would not be surprised to see. What is happening here? Seasoned.
Pyromancer.
Just draw 2.
Draw 2.
Terminate. I don't
know.
know.
Attack with tokens, maybe Fatal Push.
Yeah, potentially.
Thoughtseize. It's not the body language of someone who has a Terminate.
No.
He's 2 lands in hand.
I think that he's new about those lands too.
Possibly.
Yeah, Spencer's only at 18 though.
There's no way he blocks here.
No, I would.
Trigger Revolt.
Yeah. And with 2 lands, we know that he's gaining 4 life here.
Revolt, yeah. Land, trigger, gain 4.
So it's possible that he does not fetch here. And just
maybe fetches on
Spencer's turn. Yeah.
Iorion.
Yeah.
Go.
Oh gosh.
It's a pretty strong position. Yep. Fetch on your turn. Go up to 15 or 14.
14. Yeah, because of the damage from the fetch. There we go.
Yes. Oh, he's getting frustrated.
Yeah, draws another land, it looks like. Gets in with everything. I'm very curious to see if it is a Fatal Push in his hand. I would be kind of surprised to see if he left those in.
Right, because it hits Omnath, Risen Reef, and Harbinger.
But only some of the time for the second 2, or the first 2, right? Because Harbinger's 2, it hits that.
I guess it's like, how easily can I trigger Revolt?
Oh my gosh. Spencer would have killed him without the Omnath.
Yes. Yep.
Because he's gained exactly 12 life.
Oh. Okay, so...
Flicker.
Yeah, Flicker, Abundant Growth, and Omnath. Draw 2.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, powerful. Draw Abundant Growth, draw Omnath.
That is so many cards. Notably, though, Chris winning here could open up the top 8 pretty significantly.
Right, yeah. So we we might get that scenario, right, of just utter chaos for the last few spots because the Chris is likely to get there here.
But again, notably, Spencer can also still make the top 8, even if he loses.
Definitely. In the chaos.
Though, knowing Spencer, he has taken 9th several times, and the pain that comes with. Dash Ragavan.
Okay.
Get in. And I assume you just
Yeah, blocking
block the Ragavan.
Ragavan with Yorion, take the rest.
So take 6, go to 9. Is this Lightning Bolt that he's been hanging on to? No. So what is this last mystery card?
And it's not Fatal Push, because he would have Fatal Pushed the Omnath.
Yeah. Don't know. I think Chris has 4 or 5 cards in hand.
Fairy?
Yikes.
What are we doing? Maybe bouncing Yorion? Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Max value.
Oh. I've watched the like Thoughtcast decks do stuff like that, where they like bounce the Thought Monitor back to their hand, or the Urza.
That deck was here today too. Again, the 80 card blue white like affinity deck.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
Those decks are cool. It's very interesting to me that when in Pioneer and Standard, Teferi was always bouncing your opponent's stuff. But in Modern, you often find it. I'm gonna pick up my Spreading Seas. I'm gonna pick up my Abundant Growth. I'm gonna pick up my Yorion.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh.
Fetch to 12.
But I think part of it is Modern has become so much more permanent focused, and a lot less spell focused in a lot of these matchups.
Right. Yeah. Like with the companions that are still legal.
Yeah.
They're still very permanent focused.
Yeah, Gigantha cares about mana costs, but he typically sees playing a lot
creature decks. Yeah.
Permanent creature decks, and then
you want permanents for Yorion.
Yep.
Elementals. You can play Kahira.
Yeah, it's all. I mean, I guess blue-white sometimes plays Kahira when they're like all in on Solitude and Shark Typhoon. But I guess then they couldn't have Svalun to.
Fairy too. Oh
my gosh.
Here's the pile of cards that are gone away in exile. Here's my pile of cards. That's my hand. You get 2 Risen Reef triggers as well.
You're drawing 3. No, 4. Because of the Omnath, Risen Reef trigger twice. Oh my gosh. I'm going to guess
4 for the 3rd land
that Spencer has lost. It's a new Omnath though, I think. Yeah, because it's a different ability.
Oh, sure.
Because it's a new Omnath, it is the 4 life instead of the 4 damage.
I didn't know if he checked which land drop it is for all of those conditions. For the 1 trigger. That's what I'm thinking. Even though it's a new object, the way it's worded, which
yeah, it's the amount of times this ability has resolved this turn. So it belongs to the permanent. Attacks to Fairy, trying to stop the value loop.
Right.
That's going on here.
There's the goblin.
Blocks the land, blocks the goblin. Kind of dangerous here to block with the Omnath.
Right, it might be opening it up to a bolt.
Fatal Push.
There's Fatal Push on the Omnath.
I do think Chris may have another one in hand.
It's possible. I mean, he's drawn like 1,000 cards this turn, or these last couple turns. So.
Yeah. Yep.
But Spencer just keeping at it, trying to claw back.
I have a hard time imagining he can get back into this one, but... And I think when we watched round 1, I kind of assumed that this is what occurred, but obviously played out a little differently this time, or played out the way that I think most people expect this matchup to go. Though he did get him to 1 this game, so he had the opportunity
to find the bolt,
which means
and get there.
Gained at least 20 life this game. Not including, I don't know how many fetches and shocks that have occurred.
Since that point.
Yeah. That is just absurd. And this is why when people tell me that there's a good burn matchup against 4-color...
You don't really believe them.
No. Especially, like, looking at this deck, where you see the Blossoming Columns in the sideboard. Like, right. Oh yeah, I bought my turns to Omnath. Now I'm going to Omnath you to death.
Okay, Ren, kill a elemental token.
I do think Spencer is going to play it out to just try.
Well, yeah, it's your winning in.
Yeah, like I don't think you ever concede here. I mean, if he goes Turok into Turok, maybe potentially ending for 2 on the token. Attack for 4? Just 4.
Yeah.
That seems very cautious to me. Though I guess you're probably not worried.
Yeah, you're so far ahead. I think it's like.
Yeah. Just
Chris
says
can
go.
take his time.
Yeah, that's fair. So many cards. Another cavern. Gains another 4 life. Goes to 24.
23.
21? I think we may have missed a shock last turn. On that Steam Vents.
I see.
Bolt the Pyromancer.
Minus on an elemental.
This might be the least valuable
12.
Ren I have ever seen. Is just pinging off
Hey,
elementals.
it's doing what it needs to win the game, right?
All right. Spencer throws the cards down. Knows he's done.
Lands.
That's brutal.
Let's
wrap this one up. Switch back over to us.
Man,
that was hard to watch. He did bring the Blossoming Calms in for the hand hate.
Okay.
Interest. Build your own Veil of Summer, kind of.
Play Veil of Summers? No.
No. Surprisingly.
Yeah, that card's great.
Also brought in the subtleties. So the cards that we talked about maybe being brought in did come in. A pretty rough match to watch, though. We're going to send it to just break for a little bit, and then we'll be back with our top 8, and potentially an interview here with Chris, who hopefully
depending on how much time we have here,
makes the top 8. So we'll be right back.